Now, where have you heard this before? We've got a fantastic product. The customer loves it. The customer loves us. And we have got a massive opportunity for growth. But we can't seem to get out of second gear. Does that sound familiar? That's where Yorkshire-based Redtronic found themselves 5 years ago. Redtronic manufacture warning and safety solutions for emergency and safety services, and demand for their products was on the up from all over the world. But their internal systems, basically Sage 50, spreadsheets and a variety of ad hoc reporting tools, just couldn't cope.
So we had to do everything manually. A works order was created from downloading the bill of materials in a report style from Sage 50 and creating our own manual works order to then control production, which was basically a production-led system. So we allowed the works order to get into production and then get managed by our production staff. And we would have no knowledge of any of the raw materials that are in work in progress. There was a very limited way of dealing with that aspect.
Customer lead times were 6 weeks. There was waste in the system. They struggled to cope with new business coming through the door. It was their turn to put on the sirens and call for help, which Sage provided in the form of Sage 200, and an introduction to specialist Sage independent software vendor Sicon, who tailored Sage 200 to Redtronic's needs with their specialist add-ons.
What we'll do is we'll come into the party at that point where there needs to be something new. So particularly our clients been identified, they've got something unusual about what they do. And Redtronic were probably in that same camp at the point, because as I said, they were running on spreadsheets, lots of a well-run business, but lots of disparate systems where they're trying to pull all that information together. So it was really it was actually myself that went for that particular appointment, and I sat down with Steve and Andy and went through what they were currently using, how they were currently processing, and how that would fit into the Sicon module as a standard, and then really what else we needed to tweak in terms of just delivering that extra 10 or 15% that would really help the business.
Sage and Sicon working in harmony means off-the-shelf becomes bespoke. It's a USP for both companies. Sicon actually only ever works with Sage 200. For Steve and his team at Redtronic, the improvement was electric.
When we brought the Sage 200 on, we brought the Sicon works order processing and MRP in from the start. So we didn't use the Sage system straight out the box. But we could see the advantage of the Sicon add-ons from the start, because it just seamlessly allowed us to deal with works orders in full without any manual processing on that side. Obviously, you still have to create the works order or press create, but it very much eliminates a lot of human interaction regarding that. It also allowed us to acknowledge exactly where we were at in the production and splice into that at any point and stop production if we needed to. We could just basically become a lot more reactive as a company because of these additional systems. We've become a lot more flexible to our customers. We understand our exact stock holding, and for instance, there's quite a good little element to Sage which you can use as maximum build. I believe it's a Sicon add-on, and you can very quickly work out how many products you can build from the stock that you've got, and it's created a user-friendly system that doesn't need a great deal of knowledge about how the system works, as long as you understand the process you have to follow, and it's just simplified everything that we do as a business. Sage 200 has given us the growth potential that we needed. It's given us the ability to grow, and the Sicon add-ons for Sage 200 have also allowed us to very easily create the opportunities that we wanted to within the system. So it's not like it's just an out-of-the-box system that can't be altered or improved in any way. It very much changes with you as a business.
I think that makes a really great user experience, to not have to go into another package, and between two. You're literally working in one place with everything at fingertips. There's no synchronization of data. It's all real time. I think that, you know, they're really critical things these days.
So we've added various systems on. The one that would spring to mind would be the barcoding system that we've added on. This allows us to scan our warehouses, so we can do very quick stock takes, and we can scan works orders, so we can assign stock to the works orders. Every single product that we produce has a barcode. Every single raw material has a barcode. Therefore, we can understand exactly our stock requirements from scanner systems. This allows you to undertake a dynamic stock take, so you can do it on the go. You can check a bin very quickly. You don't need to go into Sage on the computer system. You literally can do it from the scanner.
Upshot: product lead time slashed from 6 weeks to 5 days, happier customers, stock levels right, waste reduced, sales up 23%, turnover up 12%. And when external factors start making life difficult, the system copes.
We've obviously had an impact from Brexit, and that's affected incoming goods, for instance, and raw materials, but the system itself manages that really well, and it gives us good reporting. We run various systems on the new Sage 200 system, so we've got the MRP, we've got works order processing, the bill of materials is absolutely excellent, so we can cost product very simply. Before, you had to run it in Excel and calculate, and it's just it was so time consuming previously. Now we've got the information at the click of a fingers, and we can react very quickly to any query and any demand from a customer realistically.
The Redtronic example is one of many in the Sicon playbook, because there are almost as many challengers as there are manufacturers, always new requests, new ideas to add to the Sage 200 system.
But no, there's huge flexibility and varieties of manufacturers as well. You know, we have Redtronic kind of doing that similar type of production over and over again. We have people in bespoke manufacturing. But I think one thing that Steve certainly picks up on is it's that visibility within the system. So whether it's salespeople who are putting on an order and want to know, well, when can we next make these products? Or can we make them now, or when can we next make them? And we've created visibility of that, partly along with Redtronic and with other clients as well, talking to them. But it's also then getting down into the production line and being able to have visibility of where are the works orders at the moment. And another manufacturer we're working with is trying to create this sort of transparency and visibility for their own clients to be able to see where the works orders are in production right the way through. So that's the type of thing that we're working with a lot of manufacturers on to further develop what we have. You know, we have an off-the-shelf package, but we're still looking at every release to improve that and deliver some new functionality.
The Redtronic story is a classic of how digital manufacturing technologies like Sage 200, customized by Sicon, work seamlessly in the background, allowing manufacturers to get on with what they do best, making great products and scaling effortlessly to meet growing demand. For Redtronic, those warning lights are a very long way back in their rearview mirror.